So I'm Andy Lamont, we're racing on Archie's Year Baby in the 80th, it's the 80th, isn't it? 80th Sydney to Hobart yacht race.
Yeah, Philip Bell's my name. I've been a member of the Southport Yacht Club for 12 years and I'm the skipper and owner of the Yacht SYC.
So my name's Jackie O'Connell and I'm sailing on Jaybird, Ocean Crusaders Jaybird for the Sydney to Hobart.
Michael Spees, Maritimo Cat Wincher. Neil Sharing, Maritimo 100. Excellent.
Rod West, I'm the skipper of the Yacht Esprit.
Excellent. Tell me about your campaign for the 80th Rolex Sydney Hobart.
Okay, so this will be my 8th Sydney to Hobart. I've done the 50th, the 75th and the 80th, so nice round numbers and a whole bunch in between.
So this is my first Sydney to Hobart race. I really never had any desire to do the Sydney to Hobart, but I'm pretty excited that I've committed to the 80th year.
Okay, so I purchased the Yacht SYC, which is an Olsen 40, back in 2014 from the previous owner, Peter Rogers. So I've sailed her now for 11 years and done something like 25,000 nautical miles.
So this will be your 6th Hobart, is that right?
Yeah, that'll be my 6th, yeah.
Michael, this is your 47th Rolex Sydney Hobart. That's correct. The 80th Rolex Sydney Hobart this year. Yeah, you're running, yes. Fantastic. Are we going to get 50? I don't know, they're getting harder and harder. See how I go, 1 year at a time. This will be the 3rd time if you count 2019, fresh from when it was renovated or rebuilt.
So we've got a very confident crew that know the boat backwards, and that gives me great comfort to know that we can handle any condition that comes up to us. We also had a little bit of unfinished business because in 2023, our last Hobart, we managed to blow out our mainsail south of Eden. So we had to turn around and head back into Eden, only to realise that we won a lovely trophy for being the first Hobart yacht into Eden. So that's the only silverware I've won in my campaigning in the Sydney Hobart.
Very good.
She has had a bit more luck with Peter. She's won 3 times in the PHS and placed several other times. So back in the day, she was pretty competitive.
Esprit's a heavy boat, that's 12.5 tonne, and it really needs some good drive from headsails. And as soon as I start going up in size of headsails, my IRC gets affected. So last year we were 5th in our division, so we want to do something a little bit better than 5th. And anything in the middle of the fleet as line owners would be great, because we were about middle of the fleet last time we did this.
The boat's been prepared really since the Mackay race for this race. We haven't made any changes since then. Yeah, we're aiming to be in the top 25, but if it's over 25 knots going to windward, the boat really performs well. Yeah. So.
We've got new sails and they're robust. I've given up on all these high-faluting carbon fibre sails. They're not, they're too easily destroyed. So we've gone back to something a bit more robust now. Doesn't matter if you've got flash sails and they blow out, you know further ahead. I mean, why our boat's a bit special is that we have fantastic food. My wife cooks up 84 containers to take to Hobart and back, which is beautiful food, including buttered chickens and beef casseroles and lamb casseroles and spag bowls. So it's like a little restaurant, and they all line up for their tucker.
Sounds almost as good as the Maritimo 100.
I don't think no, we're not in that league. They've probably got their own chef.
How different is your campaign? Oh, it's totally different. It's even different to anything that I've sailed before. We did this race in the boat last year, and that was a fair learning curve. But this year we've got a bit more experience with the boat. We've done quite a few more miles, and but it's not like racing the 52 or the 54 that we've previously been down on. Everything's more cruisy. It's a total luxury package, the whole thing. I mean, when you go off watch and you go into an air-conditioned cabin, and you have you have a shower or something like that, and the towels on a heated towel rail, and the towels are nice and warm. It's just that's a totally different level to what we experienced on the 52 and the 54.
So the crew is pretty battle hardened. Most of them are your regular crew, I believe.
Most of them, they all my regular crew. Some from the club, some only do the long ocean races with me. So I've got some guys from Canberra, Sydney, Melbourne, and then the rest from Gold Coast.
Let's go through it.
Okay, so let's start on the bow. So my bowman extraordinaire, Rowan Birch. So Rowan works on the front end of the boat. He's supported by two other four deckies. So my partner Jackie is also up there at the pointy end, and we've got Brent Young as well. His wife Simone is on the boat as well. She's in the cockpit. We've got Chris Mazur, who is the cockpit boss. He's from Canberra. He's an old army buddy of mine. We've sailed together for 30 years. We've got two guys up from Melbourne. So Chris Lay and Paul Larcher. They fly up from Melbourne for the long races. They did the Gold Coast race with us. They did Hamilton Island race week with us. We've got Rob Weibo. We've got myself, and that's about it.
Well, we've got pretty much the same team that we've had all along. There's a few new people, but the core is the same. On the bow, we've got Jesse who works at the club here, Jesse Greenwood, and Braden McHugh on the bow. Then on the mast, we have Sebastian Gundry. And Sebastian's a really good bowman as well, so he's on the mast. We've got Rusty, Phil Gadd, who's done a few Hobarts with us, a couple of Hobarts. He's awesome on the pit. Then on trim, we've got Emma Bales, and she's been great with us and been with the program for a long time. We've got some other crew from Melbourne that are coming up. And we're still finalising a couple of the final upwind trimmer. We haven't really finalised that. We had one person drop out with a knee injury, so we're trying to replace that. So there's a few areas that are just a little bit up in the air at the moment as far as that goes. We've got Jake Gundry and then Barry Berg, who's the navigator. We have, and then we've had one of our sponsors from Hutchies who's been with us now on quite a few different races, and he's been really, really good. So, and then we've got another one who's just doing her first Sydney to Hobart, and she's just done a qualifier, and she's doing really, really well as well. So, but Paul Murray, who's from Hutchies, has he's done the Gladstone and the Brisbane and Mackay race. Plus, he was a sailor before, so he just slots in as one of the core crew members. So then, so that's it. I think I haven't left anyone out. Anyway, that's yeah. It's always a bit of a worry, isn't it, Michael? Oh, so yeah, we got the two, Michael from Melbourne, and we're not 100% locked in yet, but we probably have a guy called Leon from Townsville coming on the boat, the old Mayfair crew.
Yeah, so the I2IC is Mark O'Day, who's done, he's not quite sure, but I think he wrote 12 Hobarts on the official list. Most of them have been on SYC, a couple with me and the rest with Peter in the earlier years. Chad Grafton, who's usually our sailing master, he's coming on board again this year from Hobart, and he's done some 10 with Peter as well and about 4 with me. So they're the main people that have had a long association with the boat and the previous owner. Having said that, all the rest of my crew have done at least 3 Hobarts with me, so we've got a very experienced crew, which is good because as I get older, I don't seem to be able to spring to my feet as quickly as I used to be able to. But I'm not the oldest skipper, I don't think. There's a couple of older ones running around, not too many actually, but so I've got a younger crew. When I say younger, that's over 50, but under 65. So we've got a very confident crew that know the boat backwards, and that gives me great comfort to know that we can.
So I do pit. My favourite other pit person is Amby Middleton. We've sailed a lot together. She's my little buddy in the pit there. The pit also often looks after trim, so trim positions change depending on who's on the boat. This year we're not sure, there's a couple of options, and obviously you've got the watches, different watches, so whoever's up. But the other people on the boat, obviously Tomo and Annika, the skippers and owners. We've got myself, Amby Middleton, Charlie Ryan Kane from South Australia who's on bow. We've got Brad Ashcroft, sorry Brad, and he'll be on mast, a bit of trim. We've got Jason Thorne, we've got Michael Cox, we've got Leo Rodriguez from Airlie. We've got Charles Baker, who's Doyle Sails Queensland, so he's an awesome addition to have on the boat. And we've got Matt and Sam, I don't know their surnames, they're also from Airlie. But yeah, a solid crew. Like, I'm really, really happy. I feel really, really safe with all of those guys and girls. Oh, and Laura. Laura did her first Sydney to Hobart last year and was very, very seasick. But we've since done a couple of deliveries together and she was spot on. So, yeah.
Look, the sport's been very kind to me. Guys like Sid Fisher who wave the ragamuffin, keep me under the swing. I've taken a lot of money out of the till over the years. It's great to be able to put some back in and give some youngsters a break. I've got two outstanding younger people, Max Herkovich, just a mind like I've never seen, early 20s. He's doing mechatronics at university. I'd ask what that was. The guy's just a genius. He's running all the computer programming, all the weather around, but a naturally gifted sailor as well. I've got Scotty Kaufman coming in from overseas. Scotty, when back in the day, was arguably the #1 yacht designer in the world, Australian Olympian, into his 70s now, but just a brilliant gifted sailor. Still at the top of the Etchell fleet, North American Etchell champion up until a couple of years ago. I've got Courtney Macris, she's sailing with us. Solid forward hand, another youngster, or relatively young, everyone's relatively young to me. Yeah, we're certainly giving a mix of youth and experience.
Have you got dedicated positions for your crew?
No, everyone's got to be over 90 days.
Is there any particular part of the race that you thoroughly enjoy or find the most challenging?
Well, I think your first one, when you're skippering in the Sydney Harbour, that's all a bit sort of, my first one in 2016, I think there was something like 110 boats on. I only had 2 start lines then. So that was a bit nerve-wracking, and I think I got a bit dry in the mouth. The boats coming every which way, and you get pushed up next to the spectator. So the start is always great.
Doing the Sydney to Hobart is the ultimate of yacht races, and I'm super pumped.
A lot of people think Sydney Hobart is the Sydney Hobart yacht race, but to me it's a 6-race regatta. So race 1 is getting out of the head safely. That's like a Sunday afternoon race. Down the coast of New South Wales, particularly if you've got a strong southerly, that's a chore. You then cross Bass Strait, anything can happen there. Down the coast of Tasmania, it's quite an odyssey. Into Storm Bay, you think it's over, but it's nowhere near over. You get up to the Iron Pot, turn into the Derwent, and generally speaking, you're becalmed for a while. So it's a cruel race, but by the time you get to Constitution Dock, you look back and you go, wow, we actually really achieved something here.
Tasman Island is always a great thrill, especially especially if you get there during the daylight. So we've been luckily twice to get there in the daylight, so we've had some good photos from the official Rolex photographer, which has been great to have on the wall at home, because you can do 20 Hobarts and not get a picture at Tasman Island if you're there in the dark.
It's a great sport in that there's always this element of luck that's involved. There's always you can be, do everything right and be miles in front and be like beaten in the last hour or the last 2 hours. So, we've got to get into Storm Bay, at the right time of day in the right weather pattern. And I don't think there's anything you can do about that other than just sail as fast as you can to get there. And then, it's then basically it's a bit of a lottery once you get there. So
we're obviously in the hands of the weather gods, and the sea will do what it's got to do. I'm hoping for a beautiful nor'easter, but we don't know. Yeah, we just take it as it comes and do what we need to do.
I'm really happy of where the crew is at right now. We're ready for this race. We're ready for rough weather, which I expect at some point we're going to get. And I'm really happy with the safety aspects. We spent a lot of time on safety.
We're safe. That's the main thing. We do a Sydney to Hobart yacht race. You know, the first consideration is like everybody knows what they're doing, the boat's safe, everybody's got all the right safety gear, and we make the right decisions as far as safety goes. But after that, primary consideration is just make sure everybody has a really good time, enjoys themselves, and that we actually do the best we can do.
The Hobart yacht race is not to be taken lightly, so we have to follow our procedures, we have to have experienced people, we've got to make sure the boat is in good condition and suitable for the occasion.
We're safe. That's the main thing. We do a Sydney to Hobart yacht race. You know, the first consideration is like everybody knows what they're doing, the boat's safe, everybody's got all the right safety gear, and we make the right decisions as far as safety goes. But after that, primary consideration is just make sure everybody has a really good time, enjoys themselves, and that we actually do the best we can do. It's obviously in a race like that, you know, you're up against boats with unlimited budgets, and you know, we're on even though we've got a sponsorship from Hutchies, it's still a limited budget, so we have to make sure that we sort of make every dollar count.
So Michael, what's your diary look like from here through to Boxing Day?
Get some time on the water. I've got Scotty Kaufman flying in from New York. We'll start ramping up on water preparation then. A lot of sail testing that we're still not quite happy with. We just don't know the crossovers. Try to get a day or two off before the race, so try to get in a sort of more chill zone. Light, easy Christmas. Turn up on Boxing Day. Get the rush of blood to the head. You know, the adrenaline, butterflies going then. Always happens. And hopefully finish Hobart.
The boat's already in Sydney. Yeah, I've got to do a bit of running around this week. Then I'll probably go down to Sydney over the weekend, and I'll be down in Sydney until Boxing Day. Well, I'll go to Newcastle for Christmas and come back down on Boxing Day to get on the boat. Most of the crew will be there on Boxing Day. We're just refining now what day we're going to have a couple of training days on the harbour.
The boat's had a lot of preparation done, you know, all year, and it's in really good shape at the moment. And so there's just a few last minute things as always. And but the crew and that will all be down there on the 23rd to do a couple of last minute practice runs. But we'll enjoy it and enjoy just the last few minutes of preparations and things, and make sure we've got the menu right for the trip down.
Fantastic. Well, Philip, thank you very much for your time. Is there anything else you'd like to say to the members in the club watching this before the big race starts?
Well, I think you know, the only thing is I would encourage some of the younger guys to become involved a little bit with the boats that are going to go to Hobart early in the piece. So what's happened this year, a couple of people have come along but way too late. Really about the comradeship and pushing yourself to say, yes, I can do this.
Wish everyone in the club Merry Christmas and have a great New Year. We sure will down at Constitution Dock.
And thanks to Southport Yacht Club for all the support. And you know, it's a great club to sail in. So.
Well, for anybody that's going to be on a boat, fair winds. I hope the seas are nice and the breeze is nice for us. Obviously last year there were 2 tragedies out there, and I really am hoping for everybody competing, not just SYC members, that there's not a repeat of last year. Be safe, have fun, sail fast, and enjoy the party at the end.